Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Takashi here, and I am sorry that it's been such a long time since I've last uploaded, well, anything. And the last video I uploaded was an update video, and I promised some things on there that I didn't pull through on. I'm sorry about that. I'm not gonna make any promises here, but I am gonna say I'm at least going to try to start uploading once more. Over this time, we've reached over 750 subscribers, and I am extremely grateful for every single one of you for doing that. So thank you. And so today we are playing Love at First Sight, which is a visual novel. Big surprise coming from me, I know. Me play visual novel? Shocking, truly. But let's get into it and let's see how it goes. Ah, yes. The Eye. So, this game is, it's about a guy who falls in love at first sight, I believe, and it's with a girl who's like a Cyclops, but not like the fantasy Cyclops, I think. Like, I don't think she's like a giant one with a club and a horn on his head. I don't think it's like that kind of Cyclops, but just like the Cyclops is in, you know, one eye. Alright. It's earlier in the morning. This is the path I always take to get to school. Oh, it's early in the morning, sorry, I can read. First line I already messed up. You can tell I'm out of practice. Or just bad at this. One way or the other. I normally have to hurry, but today I'm taking it easy. I had a little extra time to get out of the house, which is kind of unusual. I'm feeling good under the warm morning sunshine and cool morning breeze as I head to school. Ah yes, school. I'm not in a hurry, but it still doesn't take long to get to school. My house isn't right next to the school, but it isn't that far away either. So right in the middle. Fine and dandy. Even if I don't leave as early as I did today, I never have to run to get to school on time, or anything. And that's what I'm thinking as I change into my school slippers. Yeah, in Japan, school starts... It gets out a lot later, but it also starts later than schools over in the West. So, for us, we have to wake up early if you want to get to school on time. Or for me, as a teacher, I have to do the same deal. You know how it is. I absentmindedly climb the stairs, heading to my classroom on the second floor, class 2-2. I put my hand on the door to open it. And then... Oh, Makun, good morning. You're here earlier than usual. How unlike you. A loud, ear-splintering voice shakes me out of my morning daze. Ah, good morning, Akemi. I see you're getting a head start on being loud and obnoxious today. There's nothing wrong with being energetic. This overly spirited person is Tsunemi Akemi. She's always like this, the kind of person who's always going full throttle from the moment she wakes up until the moment she falls asleep. You're not energetic. You're out of control. But I guess that's what I should be expecting by now. Morning, Tomo. You know her better than I do, right? Does she have a volume knob? Morning. I've known Akemi for a long time, and I can say for sure that, no, she doesn't. This is Ochiai Tomoyori. Sorry if I'm a little slow at the beginning of the name, sometimes I have to sound it out and then I can say it. He's a zombie in contrast to Akemi's liveliness. But, like Akemi, his energy level is constant. He's lifeless all day, every day. Yeah, I've only known her for... Oh, well, I am not doing very good at this today. Yeah, I've only known her for a little while, but I'm starting to realize that. You'll get used to it. Hakun, lately you've started treating me as bad as Tomo-kun. Is this really how you should be treating someone you've only known for 2 months? Considering how annoying you are, do you really expect me to treat you any differently? Yeah, I've only known these two for about 2 months, though I've gotten pretty close to them in that time. I'm Fukunaga Mamoru. 2 months ago, I had to switch high schools because of my parents' work. Fall's almost over. I transferred in the middle of the season, and basically... Oh, and because of that, I was a bit of an oddity among the other students. I was really nervous at first, but luckily these two came along and became my friends. That's mean! Tomo-kun, say something! Well, it seems like you two are getting close. Yeah, thanks to you. Hey, don't ignore me! I can say for sure that Tomo is the real reason I'm comfortable here now. He doesn't take care of his appearance, and he's not the warmest person you'll ever meet. Well, of course, he's a zombie! No, I don't think blood pumps through zombies' veins, you know what I mean? Pumps. I can pronounce words. But he's pretty smart and ultimately a good guy. I learned how dependable he is pretty quick. Okay. Ignoring me is now forbidden, you hear me? We might be ignoring her, but I guess I owe Akemi as well. The fact that she's annoyingly loud is her only real flaw. I don't know anyone more inspiring than her. Lately, Akemi's been trying to get me to hang out with her and Tomo all the time. But the two seem to balance each other out, though it's not a perfect balance by any means. From what I hear, they've been friends since they were kids, though Tomo once told me she's basically just been following me around this whole time. The bell rings. It's already time for homeroom. What's first period today? Math. Our homework is due today. You did do it, right? Yeah, yesterday I finished it with time to spare for a change. I was actually able to go to bed early because of that. I said ignoring me was forbidden! Hey! The morning lessons end, and lunchtime begins. Lunchtime! Time to eat! We move from our classroom to one farther down the hall. We're the only ones in here, and Akemi's thundering voice echoes in the empty classroom. The three of us have been coming to this empty classroom for lunch since I transferred to the school. On the menu today is Salisbury steak. Awesome! What are you, a kid? Come on. Can you at least lower the volume during lunch? Tomo, help me out here. After a moment, Tomo replies. What do you want me to do? Then he sighs and snatches Akemi's chopsticks from her. Hey! Then, as Akemi opens her mouth to protest, Tomo stuffs a piece of Salisbury steak into her mouth. She seems to have forgotten anything she wanted to say when the food entered her mouth, and she quietly chews it. Her mood improves a moment later, and her expression dissolves into bliss as she chews. She really is an airhead. I'm not her keeper, you know. Could have fooled me. Who else could hold back that freight train of a girl? You think I can hold her back? You think I can hold back a freight train? Okay, maybe not. Exactly! Akemi cries, spewing food everywhere. Then realizing that she just did what she just did, she hastily closes her mouth and swallows. I'm the #1 most cheerful girl in town. Tsunemi Akemi-chan. Did she just put Chan at the end of her own name? Come on now. Come on now. You don't put honorifics at the end of your own name. Come on now. Silly child. And with that, she goes back to eating her lunch. I guess she can't stay quiet for long, no matter what she's doing. The most cheerfulest girl in town. I don't think you have any competition for that title. No kidding. She's one of our school celebrities. Tomo starts on his own lunch. Seriously? One of? You mean there's more? Yeah. Our high school has a lot of unusual students, and there's a lot of rumors floating around concerning our school, it seems. Well, yeah, I've already met a zombie. Wow. What other kinds of celebrities are there? You don't know about any of them? Well, first there's... Tomo takes a quick glance at Akemi, but she seems to be lost in her own food-induced paradise. She's not even listening to us anymore. Well, there's a lot of them. If you really want to know, I'll tell you later. He doesn't want to talk about this in front of Akemi. I guess it's a touchy subject, but I'll make it a point to ask about it later. All done. Oh! Well, that was a voice crack and a half. All done. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm terrible at girl voices, but just bear with it. Bear with it. It's alright. We'll make it through this together. You eat way too fast. Crap. I barely touched any of my food while we were chatting. I should have started on my lunch while she had her mouth closed. I'm not going to get another chance now. Hey, what were you two talking about? I was recounting the epic saga of how you won your fame. It seems to be really interesting in it. He seems to be really interested in it. So I wanted him to hear it from the source. Wait, what? Really? Sure thing, Mach-kun. Do you want to hear about when I saved the town from for the first time with my fantastic powers? I hadn't met Tomo-kun yet, and... No. I really don't want to hear about that. Come on, Tomo. A minute ago, you told me to take care of her, and now I'm telling you to do it. I haven't even touched my food yet. So you be her friend for a bit. And without a second glance, he starts eating his lunch in silence. Maka, are you listening? So anyway, my mom had gone out shopping and... No. You are the one who needs to listen. Man, how did I get roped into this? And so, for the rest of lunchtime, I got stuck listening to her story while I finished my lunch and gave her the occasional nod. So yeah, guys, I apologize for my, a pretty bad reading so far. I've messed up way more than I should, but hey, that's just how it is. That's what you come here for, right? To hear me mess up. School ends. Well, does it? Does it now? Huh? Ma-kun? Where's Tomo-kun? Akemi calls out to me as I'm packing up my stuff. She rushed out of the classroom right when class ended, and it seems she came back just as quickly. He said he had some things to take care of back at his place and left a little early. What's up? Oh, really? Well, can you take this to the third classroom for me? I promised to return this before the end of the day, but I've got a club meeting I gotta go to, so... She hands me a small paper bag. It feels like it's got a book or something inside it. Fine, I'll do it. Thanks a bunch. Give it to the student in class 3-2, named Yae Katashi. I'm counting on you. No sooner does she say that than she disappears once again. She just can't sit still, can she? I suppose I better get going too. No telling how long this Yae person is going to be there for. I finish packing up and head to the classroom on the third floor. Dun 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 dun. I arrive at the third year student's classroom with Akemi's package and look for the person I'm supposed to deliver it to. But some of the other students tell me she's stepped out for a bit. They say she'll be back soon, and that I can just wait here for her. But 10 minutes pass, and she's still nowhere to be found. Maybe I should have one of the other students here give it to her and just go home. School's over, and most of the students have been at their club activities for a while now. While I am waiting in the third-year classroom, the other students file out, and the school grounds slowly become devoid of life. The noise of daytime activity has all but disappeared. I feel like I'm in detention. I want to go home already. Giving up, I leave the classroom and turn towards the stairwell. Stairwell, I'm already past it. You guys can know if I made a mistake or not. Alright, my classroom is on the second floor, so I usually don't spend any time up here. The layout of the two floors are pretty much identical, but somehow I feel like this is some alternate dimension, but you know, all the same. And just as I'm about to descend the stairs, I start to hear what I think are sobs coming from nearby. I figured I was alone and had relaxed because of that, but the sudden sobbing catches me off guard and I freeze. I hold my breath and straighten my ears. It's not my imagination. Someone nearby is crying softly. Hearing someone crying in an empty school building sounds like the beginning of a horror story. What am I saying? This isn't a horror story. School might be over, but the sun hasn't even gone down yet. Finding some else? I think it's someone else. And this building isn't strange. Isn't that strange? Well, I say that, but this situation isn't exactly normal either. The sobbing continues. It sounds like it's coming from the next floor up. It's quiet, but it reverberates off the narrow walls. It was stairwells, okay. It's definitely coming from the floor above me, though I didn't realize it until now. But this building only has 3 floors. The only thing above me is the roof, right? School is over, the door to the roof should be locked by now, but I can still hear the crying, so there's no way it could be coming from up there. Right? But if the door is locked, that means the way up is just a dead end. I can't just walk up there to check and claim I happened to walk by. But before I can think it through, my curiosity has me turning around and heading back up the stairs. I climb step by step up the stairs and quietly as quietly as I can, though I can't help but make a little noise. As I get closer to the source of the sobbing, I begin to hear it more clearly. There's just one voice, and judging by the sound of it, it's a girl's. It feels like I'm climbing up 10 stories, but it only takes a few seconds, and suddenly I'm almost on the landing. I take the last step and turn towards the source of the crying. And in front of me is a girl wearing our school's uniform. She's lying against the door to the roof, sobbing. The girl hears me walking toward her and starts shivering as she turns her head towards me. Nothing up to this point has been too out of the ordinary, at least until I saw her face. The girl stares at me with her single eye, her face soaping wet from crying. And I don't mean that she was missing an eye. She literally had one giant eye in the middle of her face. Suddenly, she registers that I'm standing in front of her and jumps, drawing her limbs into her body. A bit of a light reflex off the unwiped tears near her wide open eye. A bit of a reflex? Yeah. Essentially her reflex, yeah. I don't need to explain. I can read. I can tell by the way she's looking at me that she's terrified. She's not the only one, though. Without really understanding that, Alright, I am really sorry how bad I've been at reading this, guys. I don't know what's going on with me today, but apparently I just can't read. Please bear with me. If you guys want me to redo it, comment in the comment section and say, hey, you suck, redo this, alright? And I will. Alright, carrying on. Without really understanding what I'm looking at, I stare at her, unmoving, and she does the same. She's wearing our school's uniform, but is she really a student here? No matter how many times I blink, a second eye doesn't suddenly grow on her face, and I finally realize that what I'm seeing is reality. Faced with this girl who looks like she belongs in a fairy tale, I begin to panic. Strangely though, I'm able to keep my fright from showing. This situation is so unreal. I guess my brain just refuses to acknowledge it. You have a zombie in your classroom! Sorry for yelling, but it's just like... Your classmates with a zombie, and yet you're surprised to see a girl with one eye. You know, sorry. I think this would be actually less surprising than a zombie. Friggin' zombie. I heard crying and came to see what was going on. Are you alright? The longer the silence drags on, the harder it becomes to break it. I try to come up with something, anything, to say to force myself out of this stupor, but my mind is completely blank. At this point, anything is better than silence. It seems her mind is just as blank as mine. I work my mouth soundlessly a few times, before finally spewing out the first thing that comes to mind. To my mind. Do you need something to wipe your face? Her uniform is black, so I can't tell if it's wet from her crying into it. I can't tell if it's wet from her crying into it. She doesn't have a handkerchief or anything. She doesn't have a handkerchief or anything, though. I produce my own from my pocket and move to offer it to her. I approach the girl sitting at the top of the stairs to give her the handkerchief. And once again, she starts shivering in fear. She looks at me like I'm some kind of monster. Am I really that scary? Isn't she the monster? Wow! Oh, wow! Wow, man! Wow! Dick move. Calling her a monster? Wow. Alright, that's rather rude, sir. Rather rude. Isn't she the monster here? No. Just unique. Just a monster girl. Monster girl is different from a monster because they're actually far more human than you typically think of monsters. That's just what they're called, man. But calling her a straight up monster, that's rude. That's rather rude. Thank you. I hold the handkerchief out, stiffly for several seconds, then cautiously, oh so cautiously, take the handkerchief and wipe her face. Those are the first words she's spoken so far, but her trembling voice is so quiet that I almost don't hear her. I only transferred to this school about 2 months ago. I don't think I've seen you around. This is definitely the first time we've met. Of course, I'm sure that if I had seen her before, her face would have been burnt into my mind. There's no way I could forget what I'm seeing now. By the way, what's with all the bandages? I mean, is her depth perception off because she only has one eye? I don't know, man. I don't know. Perhaps we shouldn't be assuming. Let's just see. Should I ask her to give my handkerchief back? It's obvious from the way she's looking at me that she's still confused and afraid. We're not going to get anywhere at this rate. We must be in different classes since I haven't seen you around before. What grade or class are you in? I'm in class 2-2. Class 1-2. She actually gave me a proper response this time. She really is a student here, I guess. Not a monster or something. Suddenly, it hits me that I have been sharing the same school and, hell, the same world with this person all this time. So wait, was that guy earlier not actually a zombie? Was I just assuming that because, like, there was another girl that was, like, you know, like this here? Maybe that was actually a joke? if it really is a zombie, I really don't understand why he's so shocked. Oh, 1 year lower then. Yeah. The conversation grinds to a halt again. I can't think of anything else to say. Actually, that's not true. I have a mountain of things I want to ask her. But all of it has to do with her appearance, and I'm hesitant to bring that up. Time passes as I hurriedly try to think of something to say, to fill the silence. What can I say? My mind is totally blank. Every heartbeat seems louder than the last, and the panic I thought I had subsided wells up inside my mind again. I don't think I can keep this up. Right! I have to get going. The girl looks like she wants to say more, but without another word, I turn and flee down the stairs. Dick move! I head to the shoe rack, change my shoes, and start running home. Dun dun dun. I forgot that you have to click on those parts. I walk on for a few more seconds after clearing the campus gates. Then I pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Jeez. It seems that girl didn't follow me or even call after me. She's probably still sitting on top of the steps in that desolate stairway. A cool wind is blowing as I walk home and gradually regain my composure. My heart is still racing though. Yeah, you could. She didn't seem to want you to leave. You could have stayed and comforted her until she was done crying, or at least, said that she was okay. But hey, you do you, man. You do you. I think I'm going to feel uneasy about what just happened for a long time, even because you ran away. I was really surprised. Maybe I still don't fully understand what I saw. I'll have to think about it some more. Was it fear? Was I afraid of her? No. There's nothing scary about some girl, even if she is. Honestly, I can't shake the thought that she might be some kind of monster. But she must be a human high school student, right? I was definitely scared out of my wits at first, but I think she wanted to hurt me. I think if she wanted to hurt me, she would have done it. That one word changes the sentence completely. In fact, she's beyond harmless. She's as timid as a mouse. But if that's the case, why do I still feel uneasy? Is my mind just unable to accept that she has only one eye? So wait, it's not that guilt that you feel, it's just that you're afraid? You're uneasy? I mean, I can understand that if it's like our normal world, but I really think I have to assume from now on that guy's not actually a zombie. I think I just thought this was a world full of monsters, so I guess I'm being a little bit too hard on, but maybe this is supposed to just be a normal world. We'll see. No, that's not it. It's not like I was avoiding staring at her or anything. Actually, I don't think I could have looked away even if I had wanted to. Whatever, it's not worth dwelling on. The fact that I'm not disgusted by her after all this means it was just pure surprise, right? Yeah, I think that's a reasonable conclusion. At any rate, I think it's safe to say anyone who saw her face wouldn't forget it anytime soon. As I'm thinking this over, I finally arrive at the familiar entryway to my house. I was so absorbed in my thoughts, I guess I was on autopilot all the way home. I'm home. Oh, right. So we just got home. So I think that's a good point to end it for the first episode, guys. Again, I am so sorry for my terrible reading throughout the first half of it. The second half, I think I got a little bit better, but it was still pretty bad. But hopefully it'll get better as I get more used to reading it aloud again. Again, it's been a while, and I'm sorry about that. Hopefully this was enjoyable for you guys, and hopefully this will be a good series for Let's Play. And I'll probably try to do more in the future as well of other games. Again, I promised you guys Steins Gate, and I want to do Steins Gate, but I lost it, so I'm probably gonna have to, find a way to get it again. Either, maybe buy it on Race over Steam. Either way, not a paid advertisement, though. If they want to have me advertise for them, you know where to find me. Hey. Anyhow, guys, that's a pretty long outro. So, as always, guys, I love you. I hope you have a great day or night, whatever it is where you are, and I will see you next time. Laters.